You think healing is soft, like it's made of warm baths and sunsets and journaling by candlelight. But the truth? Real healing feels like breaking. It feels like confusion. It feels like loss, like pulling pieces of yourself apart and not knowing which ones are still worth holding on to. And no one really prepares you for that. No one talks about how healing sometimes feels worse than the thing that broke you. Narrative story. There was a time I thought I was fine. I smiled, I worked, I laughed. But deep down there was this quiet ache, something unresolved, something I kept burying under productivity, distractions, and pretending to be okay. Then one night everything stopped. The noise, the pretending, the distractions. And what was left was me. Just me. Facing everything I tried to outrun. That was the beginning of my healing. And it wasn't gentle, it wasn't poetic. It was messy, silent, and often lonely. Point 1. Healing starts when you stop performing. You don't need to look strong anymore. You don't need to act like you've moved on. You stop explaining yourself to people who never listened. You stop smiling for comfort. You let yourself feel everything, raw and unfiltered. That's when it begins. Not when others see it, but when you finally let it be seen by you. Point 2. Some days you'll feel like you're going backwards, and that's okay. Healing isn't a straight line. It's a spiral. You revisit the same pain, but each time, with deeper understanding. You might cry over things you thought you already healed. But those tears, they're part of the process. A sign that something is loosening, letting go, releasing. Point 3. You'll start losing people. Not because you became worse, but because you started choosing better peace, better boundaries, better you. And that version of you won't fit into the lives of those who only knew your unhealed self. Let them go. You're not abandoning them. You're returning to you. Point 4. Sometimes healing means outgrowing everything familiar. Your old routines, your old beliefs, even your old dreams. And that's terrifying. Because when you don't know who you are without the pain, you start to question everything. But that's not the end. It's the doorway to something new. A version of you that doesn't live in survival anymore, but in peace. Point 5. You'll miss your old self, even the broken one, because pain was familiar, chaos was predictable, and peace, it's quiet, too quiet. It makes you listen to the parts of yourself you never wanted to hear, and yet, in that silence, you find truth, you find space, you find the real you, underneath all the noise. Point 6. Healing isn't always empowering. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's numb. You wake up, you survive, you sleep, and you wonder if you're doing it right. But you are, because you're not self-destructing. You're choosing life, quietly, slowly, stubbornly. That's strength, even if no one sees it. Point 7. There's no final destination, no perfect version of healed. You'll always carry pieces of your past, but the weight changes, it softens. You stop bleeding every time someone touches that scar. You don't flinch at old memories. You don't break when they echo. And that is what healing really looks like. Closing. So if today feels heavy, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're in it. In the middle. In the becoming. Let yourself be there. Cry if you need to. Rest if you must. But keep going. Because healing doesn't look like a straight path. It looks like you still choosing to move forward, even with shaky hands and a tired heart. That is courage. And no one talks about that enough.